Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This video is in response to ex-Muslims who raised the allegation that our beloved Khulafa have said questionable things about women. However, this is far from the truth. Our beloved Khulafa are chosen men of Allah the Almighty who understand the importance of women more than anyone else and have always taught the followers to respect women and treat them in the best way possible. We will simply answer this allegation with quotes of the promised Messiah ﷺ and our beloved Khulafa. Hazrat Ahmad ﷺ stated, "Women should not think that they have been wronged in any way. Men have been given more responsibilities than them. In fact, it is as though women have been placed on a throne and men have been told to take care of them. Men have been made responsible for all of a woman's needs, clothing, food, etc." He then states, "Every man who is unfaithful to his wife and every wife who is unfaithful to her husband is not of my community." Hazrat Hakim Maulvi Nuruddin, may Allah be pleased with him, stated, "Reform whatever flaw you find within yourselves. Those who do not treat their wives well act against the Holy Quran. All such men should pay close attention. The only reason I do not expel such men is perhaps they may understand." He then states, "Approach your wives with benevolence. A wife bears great hardship to have and raise children. Men do not face even 1/100th of their pain. Ensure their rights, and they, the women, have rights similar to those of men over them. Close your eyes to their faults. Allah the Exalted will grant you better rewards." Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad stated, "Men and women are both equal before Allah the Almighty, for He has created them both. If a man breaks the commandment of Allah while a woman is obedient to him, then the woman will be much greater in the sight of God Almighty than the man." Hazrat Mirza Nasir Ahmad stated, "According to Islam, women maintain an equal rank as men as far as their humanness is concerned. This shows that the commandments given in the Holy Quran addresses mankind, and in the Arabic language, an-nas is inclusive to both men and women. The number of verses in the Holy Quran which mentions rights of women are 49. Compared to this, the number of verses that relate solely to men is very few. In some respects, women have been given more rights than men. The word man in Arabic is used for both men and women. Thus, on account of being human, women and men are recognized as equals." Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad, may Allah be pleased with him, stated, "Islam speaks of a comprehensive fundamental principle which covers all situations. Allah states, and they, the women, have rights similar and equal to those of men over them in equity," meaning, for women, there are exactly equal rights as for men, as men have rights upon women. There is thus total equality, and there is no difference whatsoever between the fundamental human rights of women and men, but men have a degree of advantage over them, referring to the household, and Allah is mighty and wise. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah strengthen his hand, stated, "It is merely the ignorance of the opponents of Islam that they try to allege that Islam does not provide equal gender rights. Anyone who thinks that Islam has not given rights to women, in reality has no knowledge of the true beautiful teachings of Islam." He then stated, "It is God's justice that both men and women receive respective recompense for their respective actions. Certain matters are compulsory on men in accordance with their state, which are not compulsory in the same way for women. Allah has given us a list of our duties and responsibilities, detailing the duties of men and the duties of women in society." Our beloved Imam stated, Islam guarantees the rights of women and has granted them true freedom. Its teachings liberate women and enable them to step out of the shadow of men and to excel and contribute to society in the very best way. He also stated, Islam's teachings are such that they give great importance to women and girls. It is often alleged that Islam does not fulfill the rights of women. However, in truth, Islam values women and promotes their rights more than any other religion or belief. We end this video with some beautiful words of Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah strengthen his hands.
Yet, from the very outset, Islam established the rights of women based upon their role in society and keeping their best interests at heart. Certainly, the rights afforded by Islam are based on wisdom and human nature. Once Hazrat Muslim Maud, while suggesting Ahmadi women, mentioned that the worldly women are those or those from other religions often raise slogans calling for equality. And this had led to some Muslim women's groups to voice similar demands. Speaking of those Muslim groups, Hazrat Muslim Maud narrated a story in which a jackal was seen running away at great speed. Upon this, someone asked him why he was running, and the jackal replied that the king had ordered for all camels to be rounded up and seized. The person asked the jackal why he was running away when the instruction of the king was for camels. In reply, the jackal said that perhaps the king will also say that jackals should be seized, and so that is why I am running away. Hazrat Muslim Maud said that the Muslim groups were like that jackal, whereby they were needlessly being led down by the wrong path, led down the wrong path by women's activists or Christians or Hindus groups. Seeking rights when Allah the Almighty had already granted true equality to Muslim women. Why should you follow those who have not been given rights in their religion? So, instead of following those, you should see your own religious book, which has given you the rights. Furthermore, characteristic of this era is that women have sought their rights from men, and as a result, some men have also formed groups in order to promote the rights of women. However, Ahmadi women should ask themselves that who are men to bestow rights upon them when their Creator, Allah the Almighty, has Himself bestowed upon them all that they need and desire.
صل على سفينا صل على محمد بلغ العلا بكماله كشف الدجى بجماله